A garage isn't just a space to park your car. It's a place to park everything: tools, toys, yard equipment. But it's hard to prevent clutter from taking over and making your garage look dirty and disorganized. Storage shelves can help keep things tidy, and while ready-made shelves are convenient, they may not fit your garage. We're going to show you all the steps needed to build garage shelves that are easily customized to fit your space. And we'll also share any tools or materials you'll need at the end of this video. Garage floors are usually concrete, and concrete can transfer moisture from the ground. Because of that, pressure-treated wood should be used for the parts of the shelf that touch the floor. Untreated wood will be used for the rest. Moisture and stability are the reasons the bottom shelf on the unit we're building will be just above the floor. And our shelves will be spaced so that larger, heavier items can go on the bottom. The spacing will decrease as we go up for smaller, lighter items, and the top shelf will be wide open and flat. Start this project by measuring the space for your custom shelves. Ours will be 6 feet tall and 8 feet wide with 3 upright supports. Here are the pieces of cut lumber you will need to build these shelves. Place 2 of the 72-inch 2x4s on your work surface, on their edge and 24 inches apart. Then lay 4 of the 24-inch pieces on edge between them so it looks like a ladder. Start at one end and set the first rung 1 1/2 inches, the thickness of a 2x4, from the end. Attach it with 2 screws through the uprights. Next, attach 2 2x4 by 3-inch pieces below the first rung, flat and flush with the sides and end of the upright. These will be the feet. Drill pilot holes in these small pieces to avoid splitting the wood. On each side, place a spacer above the rung so it makes a 1 1/2 inch gap between the next pieces. With one end against the spacer, place a 2x4 by 24-inch flat against each upright, flush with the edges. Fasten the 2x4 by 24s with 4 screws, 2 from the outside and 2 from the inside. Then, place the next rung directly on top of the interior supports and secure it with 2 screws through the uprights and into each end. Place the spacer on each rung again and install the next 18-inch interior support. Follow this procedure for all the 16 3/8-inch interior supports, and the top rung should be 1 1/2 inches from the end of the upright. Repeat this process to build a total of 3. Now place 4 2x4 by 8 studs on your work surface with the ends flush. Measure 48 inches to the center and lay a scrap of 2x4 across all 4. Use a square to make sure it's straight. Mark each one at 48 inches. These marks will be used to align the center upright. Stand the center upright up with the 24-inch opening at the bottom and place 2 of the marked 2x4s through it, above the bottom rung with the center marks facing outward. The 2x4s will slide into the gaps between the bottom of the internal supports and the top of the rungs. Align the centering marks with the outer edges of the upright and clamp them in place. Then stand one of the end uprights at the end of these first 2x4 shelf slats and slide them into the gaps. Make sure they're flush with the outer edges of the upright and clamp them in place. Repeat the process on the other side with the remaining upright and drive a screw through the face of the slat and into the rung at each joint. Remove the clamps and repeat the process across the top rung. There won't be a gap, but the top of the 2x4 slat should be flush with the top ends of the uprights. Starting with the bottom shelf, lay 3 2x4s across the bottom rung, spaced roughly 1 1/2 inches apart with the spacers on one end. Drive 1 screw through each slat into the rung. On the other end, using the spacers, drive a screw through each slat and into the rung. Check for square and make any adjustments if necessary. Drive 2 more screws through all the slats on this end, and then add 2 more screws to each slat at the other end. Repeat this process with each shelf, from the bottom to the top. The next step is to add bracing to make this a solid piece of garage furniture. Place a 1x3x8 on the back of the unit with one end on the lower outside corner. Lean the upper end towards the center upright until it overlaps enough to get 2 screws through it. Clamp the 1x3 in place and mark a line flush with the top shelf. Remove the 1x3 and cut it at the line. Clamp the 1x3 back in place and drive 2 screws at the bottom into each shelf slat where they intersect and finish at the top end. Repeat this process on the other side to make an A shape on the back of the shelving unit. The ends of the shelf are braced as well. Clamp a 1x3 at the bottom rear corner and lean it towards the top front corner. Mark and cut the angle at the top and then attach the side braces like the rear braces. The final step is to set the 27-inch wide sheet of plywood in place as the top shelf. Align it with the 4 upright corners and secure it with 3 1 1/4 inch screws into each rung. Then place the 21-inch wide sheet of plywood on the bottom shelf and fasten it with 3 screws into each rung. If needed, have someone help move the shelves into position. With your new custom garage shelves, you'll have a lot of storage space and be able to keep everything organized. A place for everything and everything in its place, the shelves will keep your garage looking tidy and help you access your tools and supplies easily. And there might even be enough room for your car. Good luck, and thanks for shopping at the Home Depot.